Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Just spreading some Lucha love around this week. Joining me once again, Mr. Chris Phoenix. How are you doing tonight, dude?
Doing very well. Very well, thank you very much.
Whoa, no, that sounded like Jervis there.
Yes, my good friend Jervis Cottonbelly, the world's sweetest man.
So he's going to be joining us for this. All right.
I love Jervy. He's my main dog, man. He's one of the greatest indie wrestlers out there.
That's one guy I keep meaning to look up and see more matches on, and because I just don't watch a lot of Chikara, but I know it's a good family fun wrestling company.
Every indie fed that he's been to, very entertaining. Very entertaining.
Yeah. I remember back when he was interviewed late that night by when you guys were on the Wrestle Addict. Oh, that was a blast hearing him talk in that interview. I never heard anybody like that in my life. That was amazing. It sounded just like you were talking there. It just blew me away. I was like, "Wow, is this guy for real?"
Yep, that's Jervis.
Something else. All right, look at that. We're already sidetracked. Let's get into this season 3, episode 25. Left for Dead. Man. What an episode. The Cueto Cup first round wraps up in this episode. We also see some other things happening on inside and outside of the temple. So let's dive headfirst right into this. The episode kicks off with some very disturbing footage of Dante Fox going for a little run in what looks like the Boyle Heights area, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Just outside the temple.
Yes. And getting a daily workout in, and he's suffering from what looks like to be some PTSD. Some old mental battle wounds going on there. Remembering what he went through, and as some deep stuff. He was held hostage in Afghanistan, and from what it looks like, Killshot was with him at one point, made his escape, and didn't help Dante escape. Mm-hmm. And then later, as they tell him, they're like, your friend escaped, and if he doesn't come back, we're gonna kill you, or something to that effect. He was rescued literally right before they were going to execute him, which was also something tremendous to watch. Like, whoa, it was intense.
Yeah.
Dante was rescued, but then he's left with those mental scars of, man, this guy left me there for dead. Even though, they rescued, another team came in and rescued him, he still held that grudge against Killshot, which is interesting. Killshot is such a fan favorite,
mm-hmm.
and at least I look at him as a fan favorite. He's unique, he kicks ass,
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of shines a dark shadow over him. Am I getting it right on that? What do you think about that?
Well, I have an interpretation of that, so bear with me in this. Let me take you back to his original debut when he, Big Rick and the Mac debuted somewhere back in season 1 when Big Rick was running the show, so to speak, under Dario Cueto.
Oh, and Big Rick. I miss Big Rick.
As do I. That guy was a boss.
Yeah.
But check this out. when I see him back there, I didn't really think much of him. I think, oh, this is just another throwaway luchador, and his pal over there is another thug throwaway luchador. I had no bearing whatsoever on their indie careers or anything they had done prior to this. I figured, oh, there's some new guys. They're not really that big deal because they're in a tag match. Tag matches are usually throwaways because
Mm.
Big Rick had an army of thugs at his disposal, but these are two new throwaway guys who I don't really care about. But then they brought him back. They gave him some flash. They gave him some charisma, and then they gave him a backstory. And in that backstory, gives him more of a rounded character, a little more dimension to him, and that's what Lucha always seems to be able to do for the right kind of people. Character development.
Oh yeah.
And with the right kind of people, they are doing this the best they can. And I honestly think that Killshot would have had a shot at part of the Trios Championship with, at one time, it would have been with Rick and Mac. But at this time, it doesn't look like anybody wants to team with him, considering his eerie backstory, as you put it. But considering as much of how it went down, at face value, you would think there was something darker at stake here, that he just left him behind and forgot about him. I have a feeling, and this is just my hunch here, that there is something more to this story, but it's something that Dante is not going to hear Killshot out on. It's something that, because of his mental wounds, they won't get to the bottom of this until at least the end of this season, or possibly the beginning of next, to show exactly why Killshot had left Dante to die.
Yeah, it's you can tell there's a big underlying story here, and they're just starting to crack it open. So with showing the footage of Dante Fox being held hostage, and now of course being rescued and being free, and working in the temple. Um, this is gonna be a build for him, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they portray these characters over the next few weeks. Um, Now, these two, didn't face each other in the Queno Cup, but they did,
Mhm.
you know,
They did
they did,
participate.
yeah, they did, they did cross the line here and there with
Hmm.
each other.
Yes.
So yeah, incredible first promo how they shot that.
Hmm.
It was mixed with a little bit of old footage of Killshot, along with the new footage of the hostage footage of Dante Fox. So yeah, this is gonna be one of the hot feuds going from here towards the end of the season. They're gonna start slowly, you know, showing more stuff, setting this up. And yeah, I really think this is gonna explode at the end of the season. Uh, I'm guessing a full out, just no DQ. What do they say? Full Metal Mayhem. Some kind of crazy ass match they're gonna have. I can smell it coming a mile away.
They're gonna have that weapons of mass destruction match.
There you
That's
go.
what they're gonna bring out. Remember when they had those giant ammo cases and everything?
Oh, that was Marty the Moth was in that first one.
Uh huh. Yeah, when he fought
Yeah,
Killshot.
yeah. Oh, and this one's gonna be even more brutal.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to see that. So yeah, this like I said, this will be an one to keep an eye on.
Hmm.
And then we get to the matches, the wrapping up round one for the Queto Cup. Four matches of the evening. We've got PJ Black kicking it off with Sexy Star. Um, Fun little match. Now these two have seen each other in the ring before,
Hmm.
so you knew there was going to be some. I think
Some
some.
heat, some fire.
Yeah, some revenge coming from the Worldwide Underground because
Oh
this
yeah.
is where Sexy Star beat PJ Black before and her chance to get at Mundo.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, fun match, and Sexy Star really held her own in this one. That was
Mm,
great to see. I know she's one of your favorites.
absolutely.
And then, speaking of favorites, then one of my favorites shows up.
Oh, by the way, you didn't even mention how that match ended. That was a freaking disqualification.
Yeah, something we don't see very much in the
Yep.
temple. That was surprising.
Yep.
You know,
A match of honor, disarmed by a foreign object. A foreign object, and violence is usually encouraged by our proprietor Dario Cueto. But in doing so, unfortunately, the Worldwide Underground seemed to have the upper hand, or in this case, the upper knuckle, a brass knuckle, if you will,
oh yeah, they were all
forwarded
throughout this episode.
and forwarded to the great PJ Black as a distraction by our Worldwide Underground goddess Taya.
Taya. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, as soon as I saw Taya just stroll in there with that look on her face, I was like, oh,
Oh, collusion.
oh, you knew there's going to be some shenanigans in the temple. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Which, like I said, it was not going to be the first time in this episode that we see the Worldwide Underground, start scrapping. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, fun match. And when Sexy Star tries giving the or I should say, she does get the Nux to PJ Black, but then Sexy Star is able to get the Nux away from PJ Black, and as soon as she picks him up and it's like, oh no, I'm going to get the upper hand here, the ref turns
Mhm.
around and sure enough, awards the DQ to PJ Black after Sexy Star knocks PJ Black with the brass
Breast.
knuckles.
That was a Guerrero finish if ever there was one.
Right? And then out of frustration, which we don't see this from Sexy Star much, but she
Mm-mm.
does have a temper. She
Yeah.
knocks out the ref.
That's right. He deserved it. He's like, you don't disqualify the hero. She'll whoop your ass. And boom, there she goes. Down
Oh
goes Rick.
man. So PJ Black and the ref both laying in the ring out
Hmm.
cold. That was and meanwhile Taya's just walking away, just laughing her head off.
I'm waiting for the 5-on-5 where it's the worldwide underground versus Sexy, Mac, Dragon, Ray, and whoever else they can get in there.
Hmm. That'd be something.
Hmm.
That'd be one I would love to see, like an all night long match.
Yeah.
Have everybody get their licks in. That'd be incredible.
Hmm.
That'd be something else. And then we go from that match into another Mundo versus Mysterio promo. Um, Interesting how they're building this. Watching Rey Mysterio talk about his past, and he actually puts over Mundo in this one, which is interesting.
Hmm.
But saying that he wants to become champ, he's got to beat Mundo, and then the footage of him running around with the kids and stuff, it's got a kind of a underdog Rocky feel to it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. And then with the fans and the people around the area there, becoming close with the community. You know,
Yeah,
you know, almost had that Hulk Hogan feel to it as well.
because Ray's a man of the people.
He is. He truly is. And then you've got Mundo, who is looking. How do I say this? He's never looked better in his career. The guy is phenomenal.
As he says, workout never stops.
Yeah. The guy's, he's not playing with kids. He's not hanging out with the townspeople. He is in the dojo, kicking ass 24/7.
Hmm.
And also putting a little hurt on his own compadres, the Worldwide Underground. Uh,
Yep.
as we saw,
He's got to. He's got to train. He's got to train hard. That's what he's doing. He is taking every opportunity to keep his body in peak physical condition because he knows that a battle versus Rey Mysterio is a battle for the ages.
It's not going to be an easy one.
He is not taking Rey lightly.
And as much as I respect and love Rey Mysterio for what he's done in his whole career,
Hell yeah.
it's what Mundo said. It's who you are right now. It's not what you accomplished back in the past. And I gotta say, Rey going into this, even though he's healed up from his battle wounds from the umpteenth years in ECW, WCW, and WWE, which he's got quite a few battle wounds and scars.
Booyaka booyaka, my left knee. Booyaka booyaka, need surgery.
Exactly.
As G-Rod has coined many a time.
Like what a dozen surgeries on each leg.
Give or take, yeah.
I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but it's got to be close.
Yeah.
The man's gone through a lot, and just the fact that he can still do what he does because he is on a more relaxed working schedule and showing off what he really can do in a temple. It's been tremendous.
Absolutely.
But I really think he is the underdog here going into this. I really do. I really consider him the underdog.
Yeah.
The more I see these promos, I can't wait for it. I'm hoping, as much as I know the Worldwide Underground is, you got a 95% chance of the Worldwide Underground being there. I'm really hoping that these two just kick the snot out of each other, one-on-one, no shenanigans.
Yep. And at the very least, if there are shenanigans, that they are adequately countered by training partners and counterparts that have rivaled the Underground in their battles leading up to Ultima Lucha Tres.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like we've seen in the past, like Willie Mack getting his licks in or Sexy Star showing up, something like that. So, yeah, tremendous promotion. Then we get to a debut of sorts in the Temple. Well, we saw him last week, but as far as match-wise, his debut in the Temple, Son of Havoc versus someone new, Son of Madness, also from the Open Road.
I looked at that guy. I saw his beard. I saw his mask, and then I saw his vest. And I said, "Well, take a look." And I paused it, and I said, "Now look at Havoc's." Pause. Now look at Madness. Pause. Now you see their two logos on the back of their vests, almost identical. Except Madness has the crazy eyes on his.
Yeah.
Indicative of his role within the club. That club, whatever it may have been, was kind of mysterious. And as Vamp was telling the story of what may have happened and what could be the reason why Madness has come to challenge Havoc in the tournament.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a backstory of, Havoc did something, left the bike club, something, and Son of Madness possibly sent after him.
Oh yeah.
As in some sort of, well, hey, okay, you're gonna leave, but we're gonna, you're not gonna leave the easy way.
Nope.
Or we're gonna make sure you feel this exit.
Yeah, it's not like truly being X'd out, so to speak, but it was pretty brutal nonetheless. Despite the fact of how the match ended, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it did not end how I thought. I mean, I really didn't know how this match was going to go at all because I've never seen Son of Madness wrestle before. Someone completely new. By the way, destroying a little kayfabe here. I found out who it was. It's
really?
It's not who I thought it was.
Not Braun Strowman or Luke Harper.
No, it's not. No. I kind of jokingly now I can say it looks more after seeing him in the ring and actually really getting a good look at him. It's more of a Braun Strowman Jr.
Ah.
He's not as big as I thought he was going to be. after I
Those
found out who it
those
was.
cinematic vignettes, they make people look bigger. It's always like that.
The camera always adds 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Uh, or in
Or
this case, a lot more.
or in this case about 10 inches to
Yeah,
your height.
yes, yeah. And so I was expecting a monster to come down to the ring, but no, this guy isn't quite as big. He's a little, he's bigger than Son of Havoc, but he's not as big as I thought he was going to be.
True.
This is, and I can't remember his real name, so I apologize, but he's formerly known as Johnny Goodtime, working out of the L.A. area.
Not
That's
somebody I'm familiar with, but
nor I.
interesting.
Yeah. So it was interesting. I found the article attached with a little research that came out approximately last summer.
Mm-hmm.
That this guy signed a contract with Lucha Underground. So whether it was just for the taping towards the end of this season, which taped approximately a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
or if he signed a contract as in he's going to be sticking with Lucha Underground, and we'll see more of him between here and the end of the season and possibly in season 4, if and when that ever happens.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, certainly a good wrestler. I liked the match. It was a good match. Son of Havoc coming out on top of this one, and but Son of Madness gets the upper hand. Attacks him at the end, gives him a big boot, big flying boot from across the ring, and ends up stealing his vest.
Yeah, as Vamp said, that when you get X'd out of the club, they take your cut.
Yeah,
That means you are no longer welcome in this club.
yeah, and like if you ever seen shows like Sons of Anarchy or any other biker type specials,
Or if you remember the Aces and Eight storyline from a couple years ago in TNA.
oh, barely, yeah, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I remember that. It could have been a lot worse if Son of Havoc had the coat of arms on his back, and then they blow torch it and rip the skin off your back or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think this is over, but so far, Son of Havoc came away pretty pretty easily with this one.
Yeah.
So so yeah, I'm sure we'll see some more again of these two, but good on Son of Havoc for at least advancing in the tournament. Um, Overall, what did you think of Son of Madness before we get into the next one?
You know what? I don't know what to think. He's basically from what I'm seeing, almost a direct clone of Havoc.
Yeah,
And I think that's either intended or a happy accident, as it were.
yeah. As in similar in-ring styles.
Considering how many ducked clotheslines there were in that particular match, yes, I would say that as well. As
Yeah,
well
yeah,
as countered kicks and hold for hold chain wrestling. Yes, absolutely, very
yeah,
similar style.
yeah. Like these two have maybe went around the ring once before.
It would seem that way. Yeah.
Yeah, could be, could be. Let's see. Then the next match, short but sweet, at least for in the realms of Mr. Prince Puma. We get Prince Puma versus the Mundo Wannabe,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Mandel.
Oh, poor Ricky.
Oh man, but I will give Ricky Mandel credit for one
Mm-hmm.
thing. Those shades stayed on the whole match.
just just why?
I don't know how, but they did. That was
Little
amazing.
little gorilla snot behind the ears. That'll do it.
Some something, yeah, crazy glue, something, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, Similar to how like Indiana Jones never loses his hat.
Yep.
You know,
It's stapled on.
yeah, yes, yeah, with a stable gun.
That's why Harrison Ford was always scowling from the pain. Staples
Yes,
in my head. Get this damn thing off of me.
right. Can we be done shooting for the day? Uh, but yeah, Prince Puma really between this match and the following promo that we saw before the last match, uh, really, I could say like turning to the dark side.
Getting a little meaner, getting a little edgier, getting a little harsher, getting a little
Yeah,
I don't care about you, but I'm gonna get mine kind of attitude.
yeah, definitely showing the influence from Vampiro in that one.
Yes. The
Came down to the ring.
influence.
He's got that. He had the hoodie. He didn't even, we had like the dark jeans on. Didn't even
Mm-hmm.
take the hoodie off, and just a
Mm-hmm.
couple of nasty kicks. Oh my god! Like I said, I don't know how the heck Ricky Mandel's stuff stayed on because as hard as Puma kicked him, jeez.
You would have figured something flew off.
Oh, a couple teeth or even his head.
Yeah.
Holy crap! But yeah, Ricky Mandel put up a bit of a fight, but he really didn't have a chance in this one because
Yeah.
Puma's got a.
Puma's Puma. He's deadly.
Oh
Let's
man,
just be there. You know.
yeah, and like you said, with that newfound edge of darkness, pushing all this. Oh man, just whoever's got to face Puma in the next round, um, look out! Seriously.
Now, and question is, what's going to be the repercussions from the Worldwide Underground as to Johnny's harshness of like, why did you freaking lose to Puma? Well, I guess you didn't prove yourself. And how are you going to make it up to me now? Yeah, therein lies the problem.
Yeah, we might see a little bit of that because, well, he was in there in that last match as far
Yeah,
as
very
the,
last
the
match. Yeah.
shenanigans, and we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so after Puma makes short work out of Ricky Mandel, Vampiro stands up, gives him a
A little nod. Yeah.
little nod of approval. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see a promo between Dragon Azteca Jr. Getting ready for his match, the main event of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Mysterio shows up and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, you didn't think I'd miss this, would you?" So he's
Mm-hmm.
there for moral support.
Yeah.
Comes down to the ring with him. But before that happens, we see Puma come into the back after his match, and he's like, "Hey, you need to beat that cabron Johnny Mundo because after you do that, I'm coming back to take you on again, and this time I'm not gonna lose."
And it seems that both of them, both Dragon Azteca Jr. and Puma, want a shot at the World Championship, and not the question of if, but when Ray wins the World Championship.
Yeah, yeah. So both guys are very focused. You
But they're
know.
also very confident that their friend Ray is going to win against Johnny.
Yeah, yeah, they are. So there's a bit of motivation in there as well, as much as the threat of "I'm gonna face you." There's the nod of approval, like, but we think you're gonna win.
Yep,
Yeah. So interesting there. Very interesting. Usually you see one or the other, not both.
definitely.
Yeah. So we get into the last match. Dante Fox with his, who knows what's going through Dante Fox's head. After he snuck up on Killshot's match, I sincerely thought we were going to see Killshot here. Didn't
Oh
you?
yeah. Yeah, actually, that leading up to what happened was 1 or 2 weeks ago when
Mhm.
Killshot was there and Dante intervened with a distraction from the Raptors,
Yep.
and we saw that there was going to be a little collusion, a little distraction there. We thought the same was going to be returned in kind, but no, it
Yeah,
was not to be.
when Killshot was facing Crane, yeah. Yep. So interesting that Killshot did not show up here, but obviously he's got to be planning something. Something's going to be in the works somewhere over the course of this next few rounds. Dante Fox facing Dragon Azteca Jr. in this one, with Rey Mysterio coming out with him at ringside, which was, must have been nice for the crowd to see Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Great back and forth match going on in this one. Dante Fox looking like he's really got the upper hand, and then Dragon Azteca looking like he's not quite ready for a return
Not yet, no.
after his injury in the season 3 midway finale, when he took
Mm-hmm.
that bump through the bleachers in the temple.
Yeah,
Um,
like straight down.
yeah, that's brutal. So yeah, they pointed out that he was wearing the lower lumbar tape. Showing it's that's just that's a bullseye.
Yeah, it's what technically, if you think about it, the wounds are quite fresh. If we go by what happened for the first episode after the mid-season break when they finally returned from break, that Matt Stryker called it, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Considering as much, if by that token it would have been roughly, what was it, 6 to 8 weeks since that tragic event
yeah,
that he suffered that. If you're six apart from that, something like that, it's not going to heal that quickly, and that's for certain. The
yeah,
scars in and of themselves, that's another thing entirely. Because I
yeah.
know that I've got scars from where my cat scratched me, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks for those things to heal up completely.
No, considering most of those reopen immediately somewhere down the road.
Exactly. But think about what Dragon went through. The
Oh yeah,
bleachers. His back was basically destroyed. And you saw various scars on his back, not necessarily indicating just the lower back injury that he'd suffered because of that tape around his lower lumbar region, but also several scars on his upper back as well.
yeah. So yeah, he obviously came back too soon, in my opinion. I think he should have waited. But nonetheless, these guys, they don't want to sit on the sideline. They want to get back in there. It's more guts than anything.
Yep.
So, like I said, great match between these two. Dante Fox coming out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I said, we see the Worldwide Underground getting involved in this one, and not necessarily with the match itself, but one by one they come out and
Mm-hmm.
attack Rey Mysterio at ringside.
Mm-hmm.
And then, interesting enough, Dragon Azteca, being distracted by all this, decides to let loose on them.
Yep. And in doing so, he lets the distraction take its course, and full of bravado as he was trying to fight for his mentor, he was distracted and was not prepared for Dante's onslaught and revenge, thereby netting Dante the victory.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Dante comes out on top of this one, and the Worldwide Underground just, looking at Ray from across the room, just like, hey, we got your number, you know what's coming, so they're in Ray's head now, you know.
Yes,
There's
with
no,
Johnny's parting words being, see you down the road, Ray. Welcome to Slamtown.
Welcome to Slamtown. Oh, little welcoming package to Slamtown, I would call that. Hey,
It's a little nicer than Suplex City if you get my drift, but
not much.
not by much.
No, considering the 5-on-1 onslaught there.
Yeah, well, I'd rather go 5-on-1 with the World Underground than 1-on-1 with the Beast Incarnate. That's just me.
Yeah. I hear you there.
Because at least with the 5-on-1 of the Worldwide Underground, you can evade. If Brock gets you, you're dead.
Kill him one hit.
Yeah, kill one hit kill. That's it.
Yeah. One spear done.
Yeah. One suplex annihilation.
Suplex, yeah. There you go. I'm thinking of Goldberg. Sorry, wrong monster.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the Beast Incarnate, but his superhero elder counterpart.
Yes, there you go. So yeah, great episode. Ton of action, and some, background story to some of the feuds we see up and coming. So yeah, solid episode. What'd you think overall?
If I was to give it a rating, I would say a decent 7.8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it about that too. Yeah, definitely. Because, well, like I said, this is wrapping up round one. The following next couple rounds leading up to the end of the Queto Cup are just going to get more and more intense. Better as it goes. So
Absolutely, and that's what we're looking forward to. That's what's coming in the coming weeks.
yeah.
And as it stands right now, do we have an update on the bracket, or where do we stand with that? Who's facing who next week?
Well, next week we've got in the next round we've got Paul London facing Mil Muertes.
Oh, that's going to Mill. No offense to Paul, he's going to put up a decent fight, but when it comes down to a death is certain.
See, now, and I assume that too, but if the rest of the Rabbit Tribe are there, I wouldn't count Paul out quite yet.
It's going to be a hell of a distraction when it comes down to it, but I still say Mill is going to dominate in the end.
Yeah, and I'm sure Katrina's going to be there too. So
Absolutely.
Who knows? Katrina might be smacking some rabbits around.
Yep.
Yeah. Hashtag save the carrot. So yeah, I have no doubt we're going to see some shenanigans in this one as well. We'll have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we've got Jeremiah Crane versus Taya. That's a very interesting match.
Ooh, that's gonna be a brutal match.
Yeah.
It's hard to call a winner on that one. That's gotta be the closest thing to a dead draw that I've ever seen.
I can't pick one as much as I love both of them, but I know that both can
they can go.
Oh god, yeah. Taya's no powder puff.
Hell no.
Oh,
as we've discussed before.
Yeah, you've seen what she went through with Cage, just for example.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I can't pick one in there, but I can't wait to see it. Mm-hmm. And then also next week we're also going to see, last but certainly not least, Phoenix versus Marty the Moth. That's going to be an interesting one.
I have a feeling that Phoenix is going to come out on top. But when it goes further down the line, that Marty and Mariposa are going to try to get their revenge on Phoenix and Melissa.
Yeah, could be.
There will be a fourth match, however, that we didn't necessarily discuss. Now that Dante Fox has won his spot, and the previous match was who? Son of Havoc, right? So it's going to be Son of Havoc versus Dante Fox, right?
I believe that's how the bracket is going to go. Wait, I don't know if we're going to see that. We may not see that because the bracket's pretty big still.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we might get something more than the 3 matches, but they did mention that's what we're gonna see next week. So
Mm-hmm.
if we see more, fine. If not, I don't. I gotta look up the bracket and see exactly who's gonna face who. We just don't know exactly when. So, but
That's true.
nonetheless, that's a pretty loaded card right there for next week, and I hope they give each one its due time on for television's sake.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have no doubt. Even though we've had 4 match episodes the last 4 episodes now,
Mm-hmm.
it's been nothing short of crazy awesome. So. So, any parting thoughts, Mister Chris Phoenix, as we jump out of here for this one?
Lucha Underground continues to delight, shock, and amaze. While this particular episode wasn't completely shocking, it did give us some character development for some of the competitors and gave us some storylines to go on for the future episodes. Leading up to Lucha Underground's Ultima Lucha Trace, I think this is going to be a character building episode on the road to the final confrontation of season 3.
Yeah, yeah. In which we've got quite a few episodes to go because I think they did about 40 episodes, give or take one or two, for this season. So we've got 15 or so episodes to go. So we're gonna, we're gonna wrap up this Cueto Cup tournament over the course of the next, I'll say, month, and then from there, it's gonna be just nuts going from there to Ultima Lucha Trace. I think you can expect everything and anything as far as in-ring action to, the drama outside of the temple, as far as who's all after Dario Cueto and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, this it's gonna snowball from here, guys. Better hold on to your butts. And I can't wait, which I'm sure Chris Phoenix can't wait either.
Oh yeah!
There we go. Thank you. Sharing some macho madness there. So that's going to do it for this one. This guy, I am J-Bone for Smash This Podcast. We'll catch you next week for more Lucha Underground action. And, depending on when you catch this later tonight, I'm going to be doing my Great Balls of Fire predictions with Mr. High Spot Harry. Haven't had him on in quite a while. Can't wait to get into that with him. So, thanks for listening, watching, whatever. Give it a like, give it a share. If you love what you're hearing, give it a sub, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Dig it!